Solving problems in Algebra 1, topic, variable and verbal expressions. Problem 1 says the difference of 10 and 5, and we are to write each of these as an algebraic expression. So, the difference of 10 and 5 is written 10 take 5 like that. The quotient of 14 and 7 is written as 14 over 7, or 14 divided by 7, or 14 /7. And of course, this evaluates to the number 2. U decreased by 17, we write as U take 17. Half of 14, we write as 14 over 2, or 14 divided by 2, or 14 /2. X increased by 6, we write as X add 6. The product of X and 7, we can write as X dot 7. We don't write X and then the multiplication symbol followed by 7 because the multiplication symbol looks like the letter X. You may also write 7x, although it appears that here they have them in this order for a specific reason to test whether or not we can express it this way, and we can. The sum of q and 8 is written as q add 8. 6 squared we write as 6 to the power of 2. This, placing the 2 up here, is called a superscript. You won't have access to that on your keyboard, so what you can do instead is you can write 6, hold down shift and then press the button 6 to create this little wedge symbol here, and then write 2. Okay, twice q is written as 2q. The product of 8 and 12 is written 8 times 12. Don't write 8 followed by the dot in the middle of the line and then 12, because this looks too similar to 8.12, so don't write this. The quotient of 18 and n is written 18 over n, or 18 divided by n, or 18 /n. N cubed we write as n to the power of 3. Now writing each as a verbal expression. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write how you would say these aloud. To say this aloud in the most efficient way, say x over 2. You could say x divided by 2, and that would be technically correct, but it requires more syllables when you're speaking. And of course you want to cut down on unnecessary syllables. So say x over 2. In this case, say a plus 9. Don't say a add 9, as the sounds sort of like run together, which you don't want. Say a plus 9. Here, say 19 take 3. Here, just say 5n. In problem 17, we would say this aloud as q squared. It's tempting to say that to say this out loud, we would say the quotient of 40 and 5. But that sounds very clunky to the ear, so of course just say 40 over 5. Although it would be technically correct. Here, similarly, a over 8. Then we can say x add 8. In this case, you could say x plus 8 or x add 8. N take 14. comes next. Followed by 2 squared. Do not say 2 to the power of 2, although it's technically correct. It's a special case when we have a power of 2, and we always say it as 2 squared in this case. Right, here we have 60 over 5. And n times 6. And now we are to evaluate each expression. Okay, 5 squared, that means 5 times 5, which is 25. The product of 80 and 10, we can write 8 times 10, and of course we know that that's 80, as you should know your multiplication table. 20 decreased by 17, we write 20 takes 17, and you should be able to do that in your head and get 3. 96 and 8, the quotient of 96 and 8, we can write 96 over 8, or 96 divided by 8, or 96 / 8. And 8 goes into 80 10 times, and you have to add on another pair of 8s to get up to 96, and therefore the answer is 12, as 10 and 2 makes 12. Twice 6, we write 2 times 6, which is 12. 10 less 17, we write 10 takes 17, which is -7. 9 times 5, we write 9, and then the multiplication symbol, and then 5. We do not write 9 and then the dot in the middle of the line and then 5, because it can be confused with 9.5. So this is, here we would read aloud as 9 times 5, and the answer is of course 45. 10 increased by 8, just write 10 add 8 to obtain 18. 7 squared, that's 7 times 7, which is 49. And finally, the product of 4 and 5, just write 4 times 5 to obtain 20.